Hello and welcome. Today we're going to dive into a truly transformative idea, a simple, practical way to build good habits and break bad ones. We're looking at the core principles from James Clear's game-changing book, Atomic Habits, to uncover a system that can help you achieve remarkable results.
So let's just start with a question that I think we've all felt at some point. You decide you're going to make a change, you're motivated, you're excited, but a few weeks, maybe even a few days later, you're right back where you started. Why is that? Why is it so hard to make new habits stick? Well, I want you to really hear this because it's the most important takeaway. The problem isn't you. You are not the problem. It's not about a lack of willpower or motivation. It's about the system you're using. You see, real lasting change comes from having a better process, not just trying harder. And the core idea of that better process is beautifully simple. Forget about making huge, monumental changes overnight. Instead, the goal is to just get 1% better every single day. That's it. It's all about the power of small, consistent improvements. Now, I know what you might be thinking. 1%? That sounds like nothing, right? It's almost unnoticeable. It's doing one push-up. It's reading one page of a book. It's so tiny, it's easy to just brush it off as insignificant. But that's where its secret power lies. Because of the incredible power of compounding, if you improve by just 1% each day, by the end of 1 year, you will be 37 times better. Think about that. Those tiny, seemingly small choices add up day after day until they create these absolutely remarkable results. So why doesn't it feel like that in the beginning? Well, that's because of something called the plateau of latent potential. It's that frustrating period where you're putting in the work, but you're just not seeing the results yet. This is the danger zone. It's where most people get discouraged and quit, right before the real breakthrough happens. Okay, so how do we design a system that can actually push us through that plateau? It all comes down to a simple 4-step framework. These are the 4 laws of behavior change, and they are the practical blueprint for building any habit you want. So let's break them down. The very first law is to make it obvious. You know, so many of our habits are triggered by cues in our environment that we don't even consciously notice. The key then is to take control and design your surroundings to make your good habits the most obvious, unavoidable choice. So what does this look like in practice? Well, if you want to work out in the morning, don't just hope you'll feel motivated. Lay out your gym clothes the night before so they're the first thing you see. Want to read more? Don't leave the book on a shelf. Put it right on your pillow. You're making the right choice, the easy, obvious choice. All right, law 2 is about working with our brain's reward system. We need to make it attractive. Habits stick when we anticipate them, when our brain actually wants to do them. So the trick is to make the habits we need more appealing. And there's a brilliant little strategy for this called temptation bundling. It's so simple. You just pair something you want to do with something you need to do. For example, maybe you love listening to a certain podcast. The new rule is you only get to listen to it while you're on your daily walk. You start to crave the walk because it's linked to the reward. Law number 3 might be the most important one because it's so counterintuitive. We're always told to push through and try harder, but human nature is to follow the path of least resistance. So to build a new habit, you have to make it easy. You have to lower the friction to get started. The best way to do this is with the 2-minute rule. Whatever your new habit is, scale it down until it takes less than 2 minutes to do. So, read every night becomes read 1 page. Go for a run becomes put on my running shoes. The point isn't to get results right away. The point is to master the art of just showing up. And that brings us to the final law, which closes the loop. Make it satisfying. Our brains are wired to repeat behaviors that have an immediate reward. The problem is, the rewards of good habits are often delayed. So we have to create a little bit of immediate satisfaction for ourselves. This can be incredibly simple. Get a calendar, and every day you complete your habit, draw a big X over that day. That small action feels good. It's an immediate reward. And as you see that chain of X's getting longer and longer, you get a new source of motivation. You don't want to break the chain. Now, those 4 laws are the practical tools. They're the how-to. But the deepest, most powerful idea in this entire system goes a level beyond that. It's about shifting your focus from what you want to achieve to who you wish to become. See, most of us start with outcome-based goals. I want to lose 20 pounds. But a much more powerful approach is to build identity-based habits. Instead of the outcome, you focus on the identity. I am a healthy person. Then you simply ask yourself, what would a healthy person do? Every small action, choosing the salad, taking the stairs, becomes a vote for that new identity. This quote just sums it up perfectly. The real goal isn't just the external result, it's the internal transformation. You're not just performing a habit, you are becoming the kind of person who performs that habit. And once your behavior and your identity are aligned, you don't need to motivate yourself anymore. It's just who you are. So this is the big mental shift. Stop staring at the finish line and instead focus on getting really good at the starting line. Stop focusing on the outcome and start focusing on your identity. Every action you take is like casting a vote for the person you want to become. Okay, so let's pull all of these incredible ideas together into a simple toolkit that you can start using literally today. Here's what you need to remember. First, forget about massive change and just aim to get 1% better every day. Second, use the 4 laws. Make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying to design a system that works for you. And most importantly, focus on building habits that prove your desired identity to yourself, one small win at a time. And that brings us to the end, but also to the real beginning. Because understanding these ideas is one thing, but applying them is everything. So I'll leave you with this one question. What is your first atomic habit? What is that one tiny 2-minute action you can take tomorrow to cast the first vote for the person you want to become?